Okay, now today we are just going to talk briefly on an unfortunate incident that happened near Isaleko. When we say Isaleko, we mean the Lagos Island Market. Of course, a lot of people who live in Lagos know the Lagos Island Market is one of the busiest markets, one of the largest markets and centralized markets we have in Lagos, which is the commercial nerve of Nigeria. Now, one thing that is predominant in Lagos is the existence of people we call Agbero, also known as the touts or the, how do we call them? Yes, touts, you know, and they've been in existence for a long time. In Yoruba, we call them Omota, meaning people who do not necessarily have a good upbringing, who are not shielded by their parents, or who are unable to go to school, or due to one reason or the other, they are just on the streets, you know. Um, that's what they are called, Agbero or touts. So they've been there. A lot of people who grew up in Lagos in their, even in the 90s, early 2000s, there are Agberos everywhere, you know, but they are not as much as we have now. In fact, in the last, from 1999 till now, the growth of Agbero has gone so high that, you know, they have the backing of the law. They even have an association called NURTW, National Union of Road Transport Workers. You know, so they have a union. So it's more structured now than it was. And Lagos State particularly paid attention to these Agberos when we returned to democracy in 1999 because they thought, okay, àwọn èèyàn tiwa ní tiwa yìí, níbo la fẹ́ tì wọ́n sí? Where do we put them? Pé ọmọ rẹ̀ ó ní ọjọ́ tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀. And the kind of role Agberos play in Lagos politics is not small, except we want to mince words. So, and even pre 1999, we had a lot of Agberos who were Omojagba. You could barely walk in Oshodi markets without your chain being snatched or your bag being read, become for bere bag, or so many other things at that time. It was really, really bad. And honestly, in Lagos markets, major junctions, parks, and everything, you will walk there doing sign of the cross and praying and fasting before you can pass through or drive through Oshodi or Lagos Island Market or some very strategic bus stops in Lagos. Now, after the Lagos State government decided to form an association with them, some started wearing uniform. They had a way of collecting money. If you bought buses in Lagos, you will understand what I'm saying. They will collect money from drivers in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night, you know, and sometimes you see how aggressive they could be with those drivers. But ta ló fẹ́ gbà wọ́n sílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ Agbero? This thing has continued so much that, in fact, they now became more organized, they became wealthier, they became more known, and they became richer and influential. And that was where we started having the likes of MC Oluomo, whose love with Nollywood is unparalleled. He was the Baba Saleh that would reportedly give a lot of actresses money to shoot movies. You know, some actresses will come out and say, they will acknowledge, MC Lo Fumi Lowo movie, first film. Some will not say it out. And according to sources, some said, of course, for some of them, body rub body before he go give them money to do film. But he didn't force anybody. Now actresses go meet them, they go talk, he go give money. But he helped them. He helped a whole lot of them, not even actresses alone, even actors. I don't know, he just had that love. MC just had that love for the movie industry, the Yoruba movie industry at that time. And so when you have parties, you always see MC there. When these actresses are doing their movie premiere, you see MC there. When they are doing personal birthday parties or events and funeral for their parents or anything, you see MC there. He will come and not just come. MC will come in his full regalia of MC Oluomo Onimoto of Lagos. And because of their loyalty for the government of the day, right from 1999 till now, which is the APC government, AD at that time, Action Congress, whatever, whatever, which has metamorphosed into APC, they enjoy the support of the government and they ensure that the government remain in power. So I'm just trying to do a recap of how the Agberos have taken root every corner, everywhere in Lagos. We are focusing on Lagos this time. Now, yes, MC is known, but of course there are other big wigs and all of that and all of that. But unfortunately, 2 days ago, we heard of what happened. A video circulated online on how one, in quotes, big boy Agbero called Samsidin Oladiti, popularly known as Shamelon, how he was fooing another man ní kùkù, beating gbagba. Nínà yẹn pọ̀. Even some people were trying to, intervene, but he was so defiant. And he's huge. He's a huge man with a huge body frame. And when you watch that video, of course, we can't even share it in a regular video on this platform. But of course, you see it online. The question people are asking is, how can a human being tó dẹ̀ máa lùyàn bẹ́yẹn tó ò ní mọ̀ pé ní iṣẹ́ mi ò ní bọ́ lára ẹ̀ báyìí? It's quite unsettling that someone, in whatever guise you call them, in broad daylight, not Oruo, in the name of being called a leader of Agbero in Lagos Island, with Nomolomo, to the point where the first guy tó nà, mo máa sọ Yorùbá díẹ̀ because I don't want to use some words. The first guy tó nà, ó lù ú kúkú títí tó gbé lọ sí hospital, ìbẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ̀mí yẹn ti bọ́. The second guy, I think about 2 days after, one dispatch guy, bó ṣe tún lù yẹn náà ni àwọn èèyàn wá ní kí ló dé, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló dé, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ọjọ́ ò la wá di barbarians bẹ́yẹn? Ṣé kò sí law mọ́ ní ìlú Nàìjíríà ni? But the news just recently says the Lagos State Police Command has arrested the 55-year-old Samsidin Oladiti, who is known as Shamelon. So, nísìnyí, people have been shouting since 2 days ago. In fact, there was a kind of protest in Lagos Island today, and people are like, no, this guy cannot go scot-free, and that he shouldn't go scot-free, in connection with 2 gbasgbos crimes on Lagos Island, involving a case of apànìyàn àti assault. Now, the September 17, 2025, ló lu dispatch rider kan. Ó dẹ̀ lo helmet ẹ̀, helmet akoto, that's what dispatchers use on their heads. Àti ẹ̀ṣẹ́ fist láti lu dispatch rider yẹn lálù àlùsọdá sọ̀hún. Ó lù ú bí kékeré yẹn, ó lù ú. Tẹ́ bá wo fídíò yẹn, it was just fún lẹ́sẹ̀ lójú, fún lẹ́sẹ̀ lórí, fún ní kùkù. I mean, so the victim was rushed to the hospital. Wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé sórí oxygen and is currently receiving medical treatment. But according to sources, they said that guy, that dispatch rider too, has Kpai. Then, September 18, wọ́n tún lodge complaint pé bó ṣe lu the first guy tí mo sọ yẹn, bó ṣe lù ú to death ni. So he has 2 complaints already in the police, on the police table. So now they said, the Lagos State Police Command said he's been arrested and is in the custody of the State's Criminal Investigation Department, Panti Yaba, for investigation. So, Sego, how do I describe Sego? Sego is the leader of NURTW in Lagos State. Yes, is the one that won. I think they had an election after MC went to national in Abuja. So Sego has come out to say, yes, this guy, Oladiti Samsidin Shamelon, is his loyalist. But he has no hands in what he did. And that is, yes, he's been investigated by the police and is still coming to face the panel within the organization because they do not promote that kind of ìwà ẹranko, ìwà lùyànpa, ìwà ta ló máa mú mi. That he has no hand in that. And so people should not tag him to such a case, that the due process will be followed. So that is what Sego said. Ṣé ti rí pé Sego ti yẹ̀ẹ́lẹ̀ pé Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà o, èmi kọ́ mo ní kó lọ lùyàn pa o. And one thing about us, our Yoruba, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí comment section. Let me just read some comments. Somebody said, he will be released and the case will be closed as usual. Are you surprised, people? We are in an animal farm. Another person said he is NERTW member and they are part of the people who are terrorizing Lagos motorists in all Lagos road. They treat people anyhow and do what they like to people. They will tell you that they are Tinubu boys. I wish this case would be taken seriously to serve as a case study to others of its kind. But then we all know the country that we live in. Probably before Monday morning, calls will have been made and he will be released. Another person said, that's the point. I pray the guy gets justice because the people this man works with, now them get legal so. Another person said, this time is different too because Sego himself was the one that handed him over by calling him to report to the station. So, comment Lankao. Another said, in as much as I agree with what you said, I just want you to know that most of them aren't sent those stuff they do. A lot of them do things out of law down rules. Imagine who go send him to go buy someone or who will send him to lure a dispatch rider. Another said the guy gets anger issues, so better make them forget him for prison. Another person said, person where they go soon release, they play. Another person said, just imagine, see how responsible he looks, not knowing he's just an animal in human body. Sheik go, don't wear the children wrapper like this. Another said, we'll be very disappointed if these people don't get justice. Another person said, Alagbara ye rora she you see life báyìí. Another person said, Agbalagba tó ń ṣe langba. Another said, see how he was dragging a old adult like a little boy. Who gave him that authority? Another person said, Olórí burúkú ènìyàn, you buy someone's son. This is much. Oh. Another said, just hope justice will be served, as I believe these people act anyhow because they have strong backbone. We won't buy that kind of pie in Jesus' name. Amio. Another person said, Mr. Odeku, Ogbe Ishelede Ita. Another said, you go soon hear say they don't leave him. Say na person God's son. No be Naija we dey. Another person said, R.I.P. Rahman. Rahman is one of the men, Kpai. But to be honest, we really have to do better. See how many people did the scene of this incident and that they watch till the man hits the boy until life come out for him body. Subhanallah. So the man if he beats anybody where they there, and now just the shout, come they protest after the guy don't buy. We feel do better, sha. Another said, this country, it's well. Another said, when it's reach justice for Kinikon, forget it. No justice in Nigeria, just protect yourself. Make you no go buy. Another said, this one go teach your fellow wicked Agbero lesson. RIP to the people. It's so painful. Another said, this one should not be allowed to live with people or walk on the street again. It should be confined to maximum security till eternity. Another said, justice must be served. Whoever releases that Akpanyon will use their hands to kinikon their children. So those are the few comments I'm going to take. People showing their anger, their disappointment, that how can an Agbero in broad daylight lu èèyàn pa? Tó fi jẹ́ pé within a few days, èèyàn méjì ló lù pa. Kíní yẹn náà rí hẹ̀rìmọ̀ báyìí. Now let's come back home. We know that it is a Yoruba at the top. And we know that the people at the top also know this Agbero. But is there a way they can do better? Ọ̀rọ̀ ń di ọ̀rọ̀ wa ká má lè sọ ọ́. Eléyìí ò ń ṣe pé bóyá ẹni tí Ṣàmẹ́lọ́ọ̀nù lù pa yìí ká níyẹn tún jẹ́ Ìgbò ń ṣe mọ̀ pé wàhálà tún dé. Wọ́n á ní Agbero ní ọmọ Ìgbò tó pa ẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ló nà. Ramon nìkan láàrin wọn jẹ́. Kómìdè kómì nǹkan tó bá wùn kó wà láàrin wọn. Ṣé bí wàá fọlọ́pàá gbé ni? Èwo làbọ̀ máa lu odidi àgbàlagbà bí ìgbà tó èèyàn gan gbọ́dọ̀ lọ́mọdé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn àfi tí èèyàn bá fẹ́ pa. Pátápátá jẹ́rọ̀ owó. And as the Agbero was those men were not fighting back. They were just, oh my God. Tó o bá lówó nílùú Nàìjíríà wa yìí, lọ ṣiṣẹ́ kún iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ o. Ayé ìgbà kan lè máa ní àwọn actresses kan, àwọn celebrities kan máa bá yín gbénu sọ̀rọ̀. Kò sẹ́ni ràn yín mọ́ ń sìn yín. Ọ̀yọ́, tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ OYO. Gbogbo àwọn tó bá yín bọ́ta Fẹ́mi Fálànà tó máa bá yín gba kéèsì ńgbà yẹn tó máa bá yín ṣe pro bono bàbá ti wọlé wọ́n ti búlì bàbá wọlé. Ọlọ́mọ ṣe kí ni kìlọ̀ mọ́ fọ́mọ ẹ, put your child under your blanket. If your child go and down láyé tá wà ń sìn na you go do your justice for kinní kan by yourself o. But I think that we can do better as a society. Regardless of whether you're Agbero, you're related to the governor, you're related to the Sego, NURTW president, or even you're close to the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the law should take its course. We should stop treating ourselves like nǹkan tá à ń ṣe yìí. Tó máa lu ọmọ lọ́mọ débi yẹ pé oxygen lọ process lọ hospital tó fi sọdá lọ. What exactly are we doing? Agbero, na man you be, you no be God o. And ọmọ rẹ máa ní tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀ wà báwo ló máa ń sọ I don't know how to put it. Ọmọ burúkú ní ti ọjọ́ rẹ tiẹ̀. Look at the incidents that happened in Lagos Island some days ago that about 6 staff of UBA Kpai in the Pano incidents. I don't want to use that word. And also FIRS, 2 lost 4 directors and I think 2 other staff. Nígbà tí ilé yẹn catch fire, tí skyscraper catch fire in Lagos Island. You will see in the videos trending online that it's where the Agberos that are around there that helped. I'm just trying to balance this thing I'm talking about. Gbogbo wọn kọ́ ni ẹranko. If you watch the video of how the was burning the building, táwọn èèyàn sábọ́lẹ̀, àwọn Agbero yẹn ló dúró ló ń ọ̀dà ọ̀yá ẹ jábọ́ síbí ẹ sọ̀kalẹ̀ síbí ló ń gbé ládà síbí first story yẹn fáwọn èèyàn láti bọ́lẹ̀. So in all of this we have the humane ones among them, we have the very nice one among them, and sometimes they are the most humble people, they are the kindest of people, It is what our society has turned them to. Láyé say now they always say Agbero lówó jù o, òun ló náwó fóbìnrin jù o, because they see money daily. They will even be boasting bí pé àwọn ni wọ́n fẹ́ the finest of women because they have money. Let's learn how to balance out our society. Gbogbo ló ti lé wa tán. What are we doing for our own country, for our own people? Normally Yoruba ronú. This is one of the cases that Yoruba will ronú. But please, the Samson Din Ṣàmẹ́lọ́n tó lù àwọn èèyàn méjì pa, ẹ jẹ́ kó lọ fojú ẹ̀ jófin. A mọ̀ pé àwọn alágbára kan wà fóònù kan lọ́n máa ṣe pé kọ́fílẹ̀ ẹ rántí pé ẹ̀yin náà bímọ o. Tágbèrò bá lè mú ọmọ yín, Ọlọ́run ọba tó ń gbèjà ẹ̀dá, àwọn ọmọ tí yín náà kó níwájú o, because èèyàn kan ló bí àwọn náà. Àwọn òbí kan ló ti túfọ̀ ikú àwọn ọmọ wọn fún ọmọ tí ò sick. Tágbèrò mú gẹ̀ tó fẹ́ lọ́mọ pa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ẹ sọ pẹ̀lẹ́ ilẹ̀ ń yọ̀. Let's be very, very mindful of how we treat each other. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop your comments in the comment section. Ire o.